Hey guys, it's your girl Drew, and I'm here with another video, guys. Just to let you know that Naya Rivera has been found. Her body has been found dead, and we done commentary on that the other day. And I just want to go back over what I had said, read you some commentary from today's article, and pretty much, give our condolences to her son, the family, and whoever she left behind, because prior to her passing, she had did a post over on IG saying just the two of us. And as a mother, you can say, oh, it's just the two of us, me and my child. Or she could have been crying out saying, hey, it's just the two of us. We don't have anybody. Nobody loves me. Find me worthy, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you the commentary. Check this out, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary, okay? Peace. I guess many people didn't know, as well as myself, that Naya Rivera's first role was alongside, I should say, Red Fox in Sanford and Son. So the next scene you're going to see her in is with Steve Urkel on Family Matters. Her career spanned, I guess, over 20 years, if not longer. And it's such a shame that, at 33 years old, she's no longer with us for whatever reason. And we're going to get into that later. All right, so you guys saw her in Red Fox. You saw her on Family Matters. Also, she made an appearance on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I just did a video on Will Smith and 50 Cent, Jada Pinkett, August Alsina. Go check that out, because I did mention Naya in that video, telling you guys that I will follow up with this video right here. Now you're going to see her on Bernie Mac's television sitcom. You're going to see her... oh God, there's so much more, guys. Let's just get right into it, okay? All right, so you guys see her long, extensive employment resume, right? And we're gonna get into that. Young children in Hollywood at such an age where possibly by the time they get 33 years old, they're exhausted, they're tired, they want to give up. We're going to talk about this, guys. The possibilities are still out there. We don't know why she's dead. All we know is that she's dead. And I'm just trying to offer you commentary where you can think about the possibilities. Shout out to Naya Rivera, her family, her loved ones. God bless her, and may her soul be at peace. Something that it may not have been up until these last days prior to her drowning, or allegedly using drowning as a way to commit suicide. Don't ask me why I feel this in my spirit, but there's something about the white bag that needs to be found. Well, she has several bags with her. If you go back and watch the commentary on her, she had several bags on her. So did they locate the bags yet? Did they find anything on her? I know there has to be an autopsy. Is there any drugs in her system where she could have took something, passed out, and went under? So this is why I'm feeling like it's still something not adding up with the death of Naya Rivera. And if you guys have any, suggestions or commentary about this whole situation, please comment down below. Thank you. Alright guys, so it says Naya Rivera, star of GLEE, dead at 33 after disappearing from boat. This is by Lisa Resper, France, CNN. I guess that is Color Nigga Network. I don't know. I've been hearing some stuff, y'all. That's what some people call it. But anyway, a look at Naya Rivera's nearly 3-decade TV career. So I said 20 years, it's 3 decades. We watched this clip here. For the most part, we saw the one video. So CNN is reporting that Naya Rivera, who found fame playing Santana Lopez on the hit series GLEE, has died after going missing during a boat ride with 4-year-old son. Ventura County Sheriff Wilm Ayub announced at a press conference on Monday, and that would have been yesterday, guys. She was 33 years old. Rivera disappeared Wednesday from Lake Piru in Ventura County, California, while boating with her son, Josie or Hosi. Her body was found Monday after a 6-day search. The day also marked the 7th anniversary of the death of her GLEE co-star, Corey Monteith. Alright, so as I said earlier, that this Corey person, and there's another person that passed away from the GLEE cast as well. I think one to an overdose and one allegedly to a drowning, and I believe she dated one of them. I'm thinking it might have been the one attached to the drowning, if there was a drowning, but she did date her co-star, along with Big Sean and, of course, her son's father, who she's no longer with. And I guess when she posted that post on IG prior to her death, she was saying it's just the two of us. So I'm assuming and thinking and believing that the son's father probably wasn't in her life, may have been in the child's life, but not so much Naya's life. Because when I read that post, it just feels empty, like she only have her son. And there was plenty of days all I had was my daughter. It was just the two of us. But I never got to the point of suicide or wanting to give up. I fought harder for me and my daughter, and that's what I want to encourage you guys to do. It's going to seem like everything is up against you, like it's hard, nobody's there to help you. The father may leave you and go be a better father to another family, but this is something we have to do because these are our children. All right, so basically I just want to go on and show you some more stuff here. It says there was no indication Rivera's death involved foul play and no indication it was a suicide, Ayub said. All right, so now they're answering my questions. Up until now, there's no foul play and it's not an alleged suicide. So if the police can say that it's not an alleged suicide, I'm not wrong for saying people use drowning as a way to take their own life. It's been done. If the police is recognizing it and making a statement on it, then they have probably witnessed it and saw it as well. So it goes on to say the pair were seen going out on a boat together. He said about 3 hours after they left the dock, another boater discovered the boat drifting with the child asleep aboard. Still, it's something about leaving your child on a boat by itself, by themselves. It's still something not right with that whole scenario as a mother. So it's okay to question her judgment as a mother as far as leaving her child on that boat. I hope there's somebody that agrees with me and understands what I'm saying, people. So anyway, it goes on to say, authorities were notified and they began an air and dive team search. Buscow, said the child told authorities they went swimming, but his mother didn't get back on the boat. 13, 7 years from his death, his 7 years on July 13, 2020, is 7 years that Naya Rivera took her life, okay? And I wonder if this has anything to do with it. I wonder if this is the guy she dated. I'm going to research that by the end of the video. But I want you to know that Corey Allen Michael Monteith, he was born May 11th, 1982 to July 13th, 2013. And he was an actor, a Canadian actor, singer, and musician, best known for his role as what is that? Finn Hudson on the Fox television series GLEE. GLEE has a curse about itself where these young child star actors have a lot of pressure on them, have a lot of, responsibility, deadlines, and these people end up crashing. Hollywood is nothing but a drug bucket. Allegedly, Mr. Monteith here, he died of a drug overdose, a mixture of heroin, cocktail, and something else. So it goes on to say that as an actor based in British Columbia, Monteith had minor roles on television, on a television series before being cast on GLEE. During his success in that show, Monteith's film work included Monte Carlo and a starring role in Sisters and Brothers, both 2011. So guys, with that being said, Monteith had a troubled adolescence involving substance abuse from age 13. And that's the year he passed away, right? And it goes on to say, and he left school at age 16. After an intervention by family and friends, he entered into a drug rehabilitation at 19, and in 2011, interview with Parade magazine, he discussed his history of substance abuse as a teen, and in March 2013, he again sought treatment for addiction. So he never really got over it. He never really got the help that he truly needed. He never recovered from using drugs. And it's a shame. He was young. So it goes on to say on July 13, 2013, he died of a toxic combination of heroin and alcohol in a Vancouver hotel room. So guys, that's a little bit about Corey Allen Michael Monteith, okay? Let me know what you think about him and his story, and if there's any relationship to maybe Naya wanting to take her life on the specific day that made 7 years of his death. And if this was the one, if it was due to any relationship or unresolved issues they may have had in their relationship, like she could have still been in love with this guy, but maybe it didn't work out for whatever reasons. But prior to her death, people get those feelings again when the death of a loved one comes around, and sometimes people aren't strong enough to stand in death and the truth of it, and why some people are no longer here with us today, and have that thought, which I consider the devil, that may play on their brain if they're weak, if they're on drugs, if they have a history of substance abuse. It's easy for that thought to get in somebody's head and say you're worthless, nobody love you, take your own life, kind of thing. You're nothing without Corey if this is the one she was allegedly dating. And I'm going to try to find that out for you before it's over with, before this video is over with, okay? Thank you. Alright guys, so here's where it gets a little weird for me, okay? I have the disclaimer here. Viewer discretion is advised. Because I found out that Naya Rivera was not dating Corey Allen Michael Monteith, but she was dating this guy named Stillins. And, well, you just got to check this out, guys, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. Thank you. Alright, guys, so where do I want to start? Let's go here. Let me start here. Alright, so basically, I'm reading from CNN Entertainment, and it says, I believe this is Naya Rivera. Well, I'm not even going to say that yet. Let me say 5 years later, Salling, Salling is his name, Salling, who had dated Rivera, died by suicide at age 35, 2 years after he was indicted on charges of receiving and possessing child pornography. If they don't burn Hollywood down and lynch everybody out there messing with them children, I'm just saying, how do these people get away with this stuff? God bless his soul. Let it rest in peace. He's no longer with us. He probably felt guilty and took his own life, embarrassed that he got caught. But baby, she have a 4-year-old son. So we need to figure out when he passed away and if he had any contact with her son while he was dating her. Let's hope and pray not, okay? But it goes on to say he had pleaded guilty to 1 count of possession of child pornography involving a prepubescent minor and was scheduled for sentencing when he died. And there's a tweet here. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says, today we lost another GLEE cast member. Yes, he committed crimes against children. Yes, it's horrific. But Mark Solin was a broken man. No doubt an abusive victim himself. I loved Mark and am sad when I consider the devastation of his parents. Please withhold your cruel comments. And this is from Tim Davis at Loudmouth Much. Well, Tim, let me say this to you. If he was a good man, he would have never touched those children or that child, allegedly. Let's just start there. You know, it's one thing to be a good person. It's another thing to be a better person, a righteous person, a God-fearing person, okay? And we can't be out here suffering the little children. Like a lot of Hollywood is being found out and being indicted for. Why do people like Jeffrey Epstein and Mark Solin want to touch the children, and then when they get called out, they want to die? They can no longer bear the consequences of people knowing they're pathetic ass pigs. No disrespect to the dead, but that's what it is. And it is what it is over here. Unapologetically, I am right, and I'm not going to say sorry for what I'm saying. So anyway, it basically goes on to say, let me see. That's it for this article here. I want to move over to Wikipedia in his bio and see what it says. Mark Wayne Solin was born August 17th, 1982. And he lived until January 30th, 2018. So he lived 5 years longer than than Corey Monteith, right? They were both born in 1982. He was an American actor known for his role as Noah Puckerman on the television series GLEE. Solin studied at the Los Angeles College of Music before working as a guitar teacher. He also worked as an occasional actor, appearing in The Children of the Corn, The Gathering, and The Graveyard. And a lot of these movies are demonic, they're dark, they're opportunity for the wickedness of the world to settle into people, especially if they're not strong. So it goes on to say, before gaining a recurring role on Glee in 2008, he did all of the above: The Children of the Corn, The Gathering, and The Graveyard. Initially a regular character from the 5th season, he was reduced to a recurring guest star role. This probably, when people get laid off, there's no excuse for messing with children or being a pedophile or a child molester. But I'm telling you, when people lose their job or when people get offended or there's no work, they turn demonic. Idle hands is a devil workshop. Idle minds, idle time, idle play, whatever it is. When you're sitting idle and don't have work, especially the work of God in your life, then you're out here doing demonic stuff. So it goes on to say, on the show, he soloed and duetted on cover versions of various songs. Pursuing a music career, he established his own label, Pipe Dreams Records, in partnership with Fontana Distribution. Now, do you think he was trying to woo children in with his music career? Do you think, because a lot of people, photographers, modeling agencies, musicians, child recruiters, all have their eyes on these children at some point in time and will use their alleged gift or their talent to draw these children in. Promise them record deals, promise them modeling careers, promise them acting gigs and things of that nature, only to get the child in the studio on the set to violate them. So it goes on to say he has Pipe Dreams Records and Fontana Distribution as well. And I hope they weren't out here distributing children and trafficking children like we've been learning, certain furniture like Wayfair, allegedly it may have been a hoax, but just to have furniture with children's names near it. And some of the girls that we showed on some of the pictures have came out and said, no, I'm alive. It's a hoax. It's not real. So you don't know who to believe, what to believe anymore. But you better believe when you have proof and know that these people are out here molesting children, you got to come forward before they hang themselves. You got to come forward before they commit suicide. You have to come forward and help these children from their predators. Okay, so it goes on to say, on this label he released an album, Pipe Dreams, in 2010. In January 2013, Solon was accused of sexual battery. Now, this is the year Corey Monteith had passed away. So he was accused of sexual battery. I don't know if this is on an adult or on children at this point in time, but settled with his accuser out of court in December 2015. He was arrested and charged with possession of child pornography. Solons faced between 4 and 7 years imprisonment after pleading guilty, but died by suicide prior to sentencing. And his suicide was by hanging. And I misspoke. I said somebody allegedly, possibly by drowning. Naya Rivera is the only one who may have used drowning as a suicide mechanism. Okay, so with that being said, let's go on and get back over into this right quick, and I'll be back with the rest of my comments here about these three here: Naya Rivera, Corey Monteith, and Mark Solon. So basically, we're reading from CNN Entertainment, and it goes on to say, there may not be a curse, a Glee curse, but the hit series has certainly seen its fair share of tragedies. The death of one of his stars, Naya Rivera, during a boat trip on California Lake is the third tragedy to befall the cast of the Fox series that ran from 2009 to 2015. Rivera was 33. Rivera's fellow GLEE cast members Corey Monteith and Mark Solon have also died. So it goes on to say the loss of the young actors have had some questioning whether there is a GLEE curse. The discovery of Rivera's body coincides with the 7th anniversary of Monteith's death. Again, 7 years ago, 2013, Monteith lost his life. Monteith was 31 when he was found dead in a hotel room in Vancouver, British Columbia in 2013. His death was later ruled accidental as a result of mixed drug toxicity. There is no accident here. It's a conscious decision to mix these drugs, to take too much of it, to take it, period. You understand what I'm saying? Life is too valuable and precious to be trying different things, not even knowing if your body can handle it, how it's going to react to it. And then when you start mixing different drugs together, of course it's toxic. To the point of no return for Corey Monteith. I keep wanting to call him Mark. Anyway, it goes on to say Monteith's death stunned his friends, family, and fans. There was a huge outpouring of grief for the beloved actor who played Finn Hudson on the show, which centered on a high school Glee club. A tribute episode titled The Quarterback found the entire fictitious McKinley High School grappling with the character's loss, including Finn's love interest, Rachel Berry, played by Monteith's real-life girlfriend, Leah Michelle. Quote, "He was my person," end quote. Michelle's character, Rachel, cried during the show. Quote, "I feel like for me personally, I've lost two people, Corey and Finn, the character and her lover." End quote. Michelle told TV Week Australia at that time, "Everyone is asking, is it hard to do this? Is it hard to be back at work? But the truth is, it's no harder at work than it is in life." You got damn right about that, sis. So we might as well be all together as a family, supporting each other to get through this together, end quote. 5 years later, Solon, that's 5 years later from Monteith's death, Solon, who had dated Rivera, died by suicide at the age of 35. Now, I said if he dated her, we need to find out when he dated her and if he was around her child, who is 4 years old, through reports, and if he had any encounter with her child, right? 2 years after he was indicted on charges of receiving and possessing child pornography. He had pleaded guilty to one count of possession of child pornography involving a prepubescent minor and was scheduled for sentencing when he died. GLEE vocal arranger Tim Davies tweeted about the tragedy at that time. And this was Tim. I read this to you prior. He said, "Today we lost another GLEE cast member. Yes, he committed crimes against children. Yes, it's horrific. But Mark Solon was a broken man. No doubt an abusive victim himself. I love Mark and am sad when I consider the devastation of his parents. Please withhold your cruel comments. And no disrespect to the dead. When a man tells us that he loves another man, I understand unconditional love. But with this man being accused of child pornography, pleading guilty to it, you think he may have had some interactions with some of his co-stars, especially the men?" So anyway, Tim Davies, like I told you earlier, a good man will not touch children, okay? A good man wouldn't do a lot of the shit these men out here are doing, but definitely would not touch children, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how fine these brothers are on the GLEE show, okay? And with that being said, guys, I am going to show you a picture of the cast of GLEE. And then I'm going to get back into the commentary about Naya Rivera, and we're going to try to find some information about when they dated, her and Mark Solin, and if Mark had been around, if the child had been born at the time that they dated, and could possibly have been a victim of Mark Solin's as well. So guys, let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think about this whole entire video so far. Please comment down below. Let's have a conversation. And with that being said, we'll go ahead and get right back into Naya Rivera. Alright guys, so we're back where we started at with Naya Rivera, star of GLEE, dead at 33 after disappearing from boat. So basically, I have read some of this to you, and I want to go ahead and pick up where we left off. So it goes on to say, the pair, excuse me, where the heck it go to? Alright, let's just go ahead and pick it up again. Naya Rivera, who found fame playing Santana Lopez on the hit series GLEE, has died after going missing during a boat trip with her 4-year-old son. Ventura County Sheriff William Ayub announced at the press conference on Monday. So let me just stop here. I know I read this. I'm going to scroll down and read some more. But the child is 4 years old, born in 2015. Born in 2015. This is 2020. I be thinking about it. Is it possible that he could have been the dad? If we find out when they dated. Let's not jump the gun here. But if we're going to find that out at the end of this video. Bear with me. So anyway, just go ahead and read some of this, guys. Rivera disappeared Wednesday from Lake Piru in Ventura County, California, while boating with her son, Josie. We've read a lot of this. I'm just going to go ahead and let you scroll through so you can read some, and then I'll pick up where I believe I left off. All right. Now, he said the child had on a life vest and an adult vest was found on the boat. Why was not the adult vest worn? Is this an act of suicide by drowning? Did she by chance take any pills and went out on the water and then became drowsy and went under? Guys, I would like to know if you have any suggestions about this. Please chime in, okay? So then it basically goes on to say, Rivera, who was also known for her roles on Devious Maids and Step It Up High Water, began her career as a model and child actress. And we verified that in the beginning of this video. There was some footage that you people probably never even saw, right, about Naya Rivera. So, quote, my mom actually moved to Los Angeles to pursue modeling. And so when she had me, then at 21, she just decided that I should go ahead and try my hand at it, Rivera told NiceGirlsTV.com in 2009. I actually had the same commercial agent that she did when I was 8 months old, 9 months old. So I've been doing it ever since. Then, and I just grew to love it. And again, when you start that young, by the time you get 30 in Hollywood, 33, you might be burnt out. It's just kind of like nursing, you know, you be in it 30, 40 years, be like, oh my God, here we go again. But it's very well possible these people are getting burnt out, overworked, the party life. Some people can't handle that kind of fame, that kind of success. And they surely can't handle that kind of rejection or separation of loss when other people you know so close and dear to you have committed suicide or overdosed on drugs. So it could be a combination of missing both of her stars, her ex-boyfriend who died of a hanging at the hands of a crime due to child pornography. So we have to keep all of this in mind, guys, right? So basically, we sat there, his TV family and his real family, all mixed together in the waiting room, praying and trying to comfort one another, she wrote. When the doctor came out to tell us that Red had passed, he delivered the news to the entire group. She later had recurring roles on the shows Family Matters and The Bernie Mac Show, as well as bits and parts of the projects. In other projects, excuse me. But her big break came playing the acid tongue Santana Lopez on the hit Fox musical comedy that ran from 2009 to 2015. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead and scroll and let you see the rest of this here. You guys can enjoy it. And I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. Now, guys, this is an infamous picture and kiss that was posted on her social media saying just the two of us prior to her death. And this is what made people kind of question this whole thing of leaving her child in a boat by herself to go out swimming without a life vest. It's weird, guys. It doesn't make sense. All right, so with that being said, you all, go ahead and let me know what you think down. All right, guys, so I was able to find out that little Hollis Dorsey, that the star kid is just 4 years old. He was born on September 17th, 2015. So I was right about the year. And he's coming up to his birthday this year. So he will be 5, okay? Now, it goes on to say he was born at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California, USA. Now, to go further, I want you to know who his parents are, okay? So basically, Josie was born to Naya Rivera Dorsey and her then husband, Ryan Dorsey. His mother was a famous actress. Now, I don't know why this article is trying to tell me that the little boy came up missing, but that's not true. We know the little boy was in the boat. Naya was the one that came up missing. You can't believe everything on social media, but for the purposes of this video, we can believe that Naya Rivera is his mother and Ryan Dorsey is his father, okay? So I want you to go ahead, before I let you go, I want you to know what the father had to say about all of this, okay? Now, I guess they're divorced, apparently and allegedly. But he was grief-stricken, okay? He didn't take it well at all. Alright, so Ryan Dorsey made first public appearance comforting their son. Alright? Yeah, if you read this article, it tells you the little boy. A matter of fact, I'm going to go back right now and read it to you so you don't think I'm lying. His mother rented out a boat so that they could travel in the lake. They set off on their swim, but Naya never returned to the boat. A day later, her son was found sleeping in the boat that they had rented. A day later, it was 3 hours later. Sheriff's deputies in the area found Josie at around 5 p.m. on July 8th. Now, very well could be true, but it was the same day that Naya came up missing. This all took place in one day. Her body was found 6 days later in the same river, in the same lake. So it goes on to say her car is still in the lake premises. The Ventura County sheriffs presumed her dead, but they are still searching for a body as of July 10th. And as of July 13th, they found her body, 2020. All right. So And we're not even going to get into that. Ryan Dorsey made first public appearance comforting their son after the tragic incident. Actor Ryan Dorsey made his first public appearance and comforted his son, according to the Daily Mail. He was too distraught to answer questions as he answered the door for his son. He and Naya, there's a lot of typos here as well. He and Naya, it says, but he and Naya had agreed on a joint custody deal after they split June 14, 2018. Now, this is when I believe that she might have been dealing with, oh boy there, Mark Solins, because it was in 2018, 5 years after the first Glee cast member, Corey Monteith, took his life. Mark Solins, who Naya used to date, took his life in 2018. So this may had something to do with their relationship. Before this, they tied the knot on July 19, 2014, but had originally dated more than 4 years ago in 2010, but had broken up. According to the same source, Ryan did not know that his Naya and Halsey were going on a boating trip. He also added that he was shocked and grief-stricken when he woke up on Thursday and found out the gravity of what had happened. Guys, let me know what you think what really happened, okay? Down in the comments down below. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a good night. And I hope this content is stuff you like. If so, subscribe to my channel. Like, share, comment on this video. And I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, so guys, while I wait on my second cup of coffee, and I've been up all night, I actually found something that may tie everything all together, guys, and explain when they met, when they dated. This is coming out of the mouth of a friend of Mark Solins. He's going to tell you how they had stormy relationships between Mark and Naya. He's gonna, let you know around the time they started dating, and he's going to let you know that she dated Mark prior to marrying Ryan Dorsey in 2014. But again, in 2018, prior to him taking his life, that's Mark Solins, they may have been messing around. And then at the end of all of this, guys, what you're going to hear this girl say is basically, guys, get ready for this. Y'all ready for this? You ready for this? Basically, when the child pornography is mentioned, well, hell, this is what she had to say. Alright, guys, so I'm just waiting for this article to pull up. Inside Mark Solins' time on Glee and his stormy relationship with Naya Rivera. And this is coming from the mouth of Brad Ellis, otherwise known as Brad, the piano player on Glee. And he says he's been around through it all. Now, it's a lengthy article, but I'm going to go ahead and get down to the part that stood out to me. And it says, during Solins' days playing bad boy Noah Puck Puckerman on Glee. Say that 3 times. Noah Puck Puckerman. Noah Puck Puckerman. Noah Puck Puckerman on Glee. Ellis can recall 2 instances where he saw a darker side to the actor, one of which involved Solins' relationship with his ex-girlfriend and co-star at the time, Naya Rivera, whom he dated for 3 years while filming the show. The show aired 2009, ended 2015. What 3 years did they date? Was this prior to 2009? Did it overlap into her marriage 2014? Did it continue through 2018 when this young man took his life for child pornography, who looks kind of dark right there, right? Alright, so far his friend is telling the truth. There was a bit of a stormy nature to his relationship with Naya, but never in a way that became unprofessional, Ellen says. That certainly wasn't all light and happiness. It wasn't all peaches and cream. Rivera has said Solon dumped her in 2010, so they were dating in 2010. Prior to that, after that, you guys let me know down below. At the request of his publicist, who allegedly said she wasn't good enough for his image. Alright guys, so basically, Rivera has said Solon dumped her in 2010 at the request of his publicist, who allegedly said she wasn't good enough for his image. Again, destroying the woman from the inside out. And I'm telling you, the more you hear you're not worth it, you're not good enough for me, I don't want to be with you, even getting dumped in a relationship, some people can't handle that. So basically, it goes on to say, in her 2016 memoir, Sorry Not Sorry, Rivera gave some insight into her mindset after learning of Solon's child pornography charges and said, I can't say I was totally shocked, but still, what the F? What does she mean by totally shocked? Does she have some suspicions? Does she know of anything we don't know of? Alright guys, so basically, let me go ahead and read this to you. It's the last paragraph I'm going to read to you. When Mark dumped me, quote, excuse me, this is Naya talking. Because Mark didn't dump me.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
dated. Yes. Bobai. Oh my God, a Jamaican. Lord, but he never dumped me. He got deported back to Jamaica, okay? And my heart wasn't broken behind it, all right? So anyway, quote, when Mark dumped me, I thought it was the worst thing ever. But can you imagine that it didn't happen? And I was lying there in bed when the battering ram came through the door, Rivera wrote. Oh, end quote. Rivera wrote, quote, I think everyone should have that one relationship where you look back and ask yourself, what the hell was I thinking? You'll learn something and you won't regret it. Okay, listen now. Unless, of course, that relationship was with someone who had a sizable stash of child porn on his computer. Then, by all means, regret everything. And the comment goes on to say, Rivera has not commented on Solon's death at the time of this article, which was written, I do believe, February 1st, 2018. So he must have took his life January of 2018. Now, with that being said, guys, I don't see anything else in this article that I'm willing to share with you. You guys can go to people.com and look this up yourself. Pretty much, this was a mouthful. I mean, shout out to Naya Rivera, shout out to Corey Monteith, and shout out to Mark Solins, and to the cast of GLEE, their families. God bless them. I hope all is well with them. And people, let me just say this. Get yourself some help if you know you need help. Stop going along to get along just to belong and accepted in the industry, in Hollywood, on social media, wherever, on your job, in your families. Find that inner worth. Find that inner oomph to say to hell with these people. I'm not going to do what the rest of the world is doing. I'm going to stick to what I know is right in God, and that's it. So with that being said, guys, let me know what you think about this whole entire Naya Rivera dead at 33, Mark Monteith dead 7 years ago, the day they found her body in Lake Piru in California. And let me know what you think about her GLEE co-star, who Mark Montu was as well. Let me know what you think about Mark Solins in their stormy relationship, and how it may be possible that Naya knew a little bit something about this child pornography. And did they date while her son was around? While, after she had her baby by her alleged husband, or allegedly had her baby by her husband. Do you think they were still messing around? Do you think they had contact up until his death? What do you think about this whole entire story? Guys, comment down below so we can come back live and talk about it all right? And with that being said, shalom, God bless you, and I'm taking my black ass to bed. Have a good night, y'all. God bless. But it was worth it to give you this kind of content. And if you like it, please subscribe, like, share, comment down below, and tell a friend exactly what Religion Winked TV is doing over here. Thank you.